This is Purble Place, the incredible Windows game that needs no introduction since it's one of the best nostalgia games ever created. I mean, who doesn't remember matching tiles on Purble pairs, making cakes on comfy cakes, and guessing randomly in the Purble shop? But we're not here today to talk about the original Purble Place. In fact, what we're gonna discuss today is a pure disrespect to the original Purble Place. This is Purble Place. On the 20th of October 2023, a game got released on Steam titled Purble Place Classic Games, which was supposed to be a nostalgia remake of our beloved Purble Place. When we take a look at the Steam page of it, there doesn't seem to be any issues with it, except there are plenty. The biggest red flag being that you need to pay to access this game, which, if you don't know, is not present in the original game, because the original Purble Place used to come with Windows 7 and Vista already installed, so there was no need to download anything or pay for anything, because those are Windows games. But okay, maybe the team behind this remake did a really good job, and they expanded upon the original formula and added something new. And just maybe, it's a project worth supporting. I was curious about this myself, so I bought the game and tried it out. As the game opens up, you're treated to a beautiful title screen that really stands out, especially the wind in the background. Overall, I would say it's better than the original one. It just looks cleaner and more appealing to the eye. Well, maybe besides those eyes, they look kinda goofy. But enough talking about this. Let's get into the interesting part, which is the gameplay and the games. Starting off with Purble Pairs, where in this remake it's called Memory Match. And going into it, I do not know where to start. For a paid Purble Place game, we get some really depressing graphics. This looks like something that would have been on some kid's website that you could just play for free. But okay, let's keep going. The gameplay isn't bad at all. I would say it's basically the same as the original game, so there is no issue with that. But for sound, it's not as good. Just listen to this. Versus this. Yeah, it doesn't quite feel right, doesn't it? But overall, it's not a super bad remake of this minigame. Just some sections feel very off and just lazily done. With that, let's move to the second minigame. Comfy Cakes, which in this version is named Cake Master, which also in my opinion is the best Purble Place minigame. The way it goes is that you're tasked with making a cake, and you're given directions on how to do it in the top left corner. So basically, you slide the plate and do whatever the order asks. Depending on the game mode, you have set amount of cakes to make, and also bigger amount of ingredients that you have to use. The remake matches the aesthetic of the original pretty well, so there is nothing wrong with that. Except of course the fact that some textures look lazy, and in comparison to the original, which was released many years ago, this doesn't really look good as a remake, more like a downgrade if so. Here also is my favorite part of the entire game. See those 4 toppings on the side? They're basically the last ingredient that needs to go on the cake. But what's important here is the smiley face. When you click it so it drops down onto the cake, a literal freaking iPhone smile emoji drops down. You paid for this, by the way. I mean, I did, but you get the point. And with that, let's move on to the third and final minigame, Purble Shop. Also known in the remake as Fashion Frenzy, and it's probably the worst one made here. The game is incredibly simple. All you have to do is just click the colored parts and see if they're correct ones. If not, based on what you're given, you select other ones and guess until you win. The start of the game is a bit silly for me because there is no pattern in what you should pick. Essentially, luck dictates what's gonna happen. This room is the best example of the original was better and this is just not it. Everything just looks so simplified. There are no bigger details, some animations are missing, the sound effects don't match, and the only good thing is that there is an animation on the head. Wow. You might say, why are you so nitpicky about a kid's game? When I saw this first on Steam, I was like, whoa, it got put on Steam. Even though I already had it downloaded, I decided to take a bigger look at it. But when I saw this, I got disappointed because this was just a blatant ripoff. If you go to Steam reviews, you'll find many people that have also been baited by this game. They thought it was the original, but they got this. I mean, there are also a lot of positive reviews, but that's mainly because Purble Place is associated with good memories and nostalgia. So most of the reviews are for Purble Place as a whole and not for this game specifically. Which finally brings us to the question of who made this? At this point, you wouldn't be surprised that it was made by one person. So once again, going back to the Steam page of the game, we can find that this person is credited as Sam Kochel, or however you pronounce it. And surprise surprise, it's their only game that they have released under their name. And the video could technically end right here, but I found their YouTube channel. The channel is full of Purble Place related shorts, usually containing a meme or a video to go alongside of it. And most of them have no views and they aren't really the best. Of course, we're not gonna dive into every single one of them, but the format usually goes like this. Do you remember the old Purble Place? Something happens, character reacts, and then they show footage of the new Purble Place. But the real gem is the one video they have uploaded, which is titled My Purble Place, which basically is yet another promotional video, but in longer format. The video features dramatic music that I cannot really play, and motivational texts such as you could play Purble Place for days, and even when you've grown up, you can still go back to your childhood. Like, what? The rest of the video is just Purble Place footage and some interesting transitions, and also this. One more thing about this video that I found interesting was the fact that they blurred the currency on Steam in this moment. There was no need to do that. If they wanted to hide it, they could have just changed it. I don't know, just kind of seems suspicious to me. The thing that I find interesting the most is that this game is trending on the App Store and has over 1 million downloads in the Google Play Store. But the better question is, how did this game get accepted to the stores in the first place? It's a blatant copyright violation. Even better, do you remember that Sam Kochel guy was shown as the only creator of this game? Well, in the App Store, it's shown that this game was made by Simon Popov. But in the Google Play Store, it's shown that this game was made by Toolbex. Which, after a bit of digging that I did, I found out that this is a Russian game studio. And it isn't really Simon Popov or Sam Kochel that are presented on other platforms. And this might be also the reason why the currency is blurred in the My Purble Place video. They might have wanted to hide the fact that they are foreign and that they aren't really associated with Purble Place. Surprisingly enough, their website doesn't have anything Purble Place related. That's mainly because all of their social media hasn't been updated since roughly 2018. So why this sudden comeback after so many years to make Purble Place? Well, from what we have seen, it's most likely to just milk money off people who still get nostalgia from Purble Place, which is a lot of people. And to all of those people, I highly suggest you go and find the original Purble Place and get it yourself, because it is free and always will be free, and will be better than whatever this is. I cannot really link it myself because YouTube already gave me a warning for that in the past, but it's an easy search. So summing the video up, please do not support this project. This isn't an official release by Windows or any actual remaster. This is a project created by a suspicious studio that has nothing to do with Windows or Microsoft for that matter. But most importantly, it disrespects the game that was a piece of many childhoods. And that's about it for now. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you'll like and subscribe because I put a bit of effort into this. And yeah, thank you for being here, and I hope to see you soon. See ya.